I think I did the first one. I think I did the first two. Mac Lethal being like kind of on a lower level, like we were bringing someone else in, and then Mad Child for sure. Like that was like a battle of like a rapper versus a battle rapper. And then Disaster battled Canibus. And I don't think anybody wanted to touch it for like 2 years after that. I think this shit would have happened a lot sooner had like the Notebook and all that shit not happened. You know what I mean? Like I think Canibus scared away industry rappers for like 2 years, 3 years. And then they came and they were like, no, okay. And then they finally, you know, stepped back into it. Absol's the man. That battle's great. He has great bars in it, and I think that it's clear when the battle rapper comes in who the battle rapper is. He's louder, you know. The bars are more present. It's, you know, and that's why I think that anybody who thinks that Joe Budden is going to walk in there and be able to just go with the best, you know, in what we do, not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be Joe Budden's going to start strong and by the time the battle's over, everybody's gonna know who the battle rapper is. You know what I mean? But I think that as long as he doesn't pull a full-blown Canibus, we'll probably see more of these guys coming in, you know? Why not? We're a huge market of hip-hop, right? So if you got an album out, Slaughterhouse, it's a great way to promote it, you know what I mean? I think the Total Slaughter reality show, I love parts about it. Parts about it I'm not super stoked on. I love that they're shining a light on battle rap as a whole. I like that it's very focused on battles. I don't think they give enough information about the tournament. Like I'm watching it and I still don't know how, you know what I mean? Like what's the next round? You know, like how does that work? Is it more rounds than one? Is it 3 rounds? Like they haven't really gone in and explained that shit. And on the same token, like we're barely getting glimpses at these characters, you know? And outside of like Daylight coming in his chonies and shit, like we haven't really figured out like how crazy Day is or how crazy Disaster is or how much Disaster and Math don't like each other. Like that kind of shit I feel like they probably could have spent a lot more time on. And then I feel like the biggest glaring issue with the whole thing is where does Slaughterhouse get off judging the best battle rappers in the world on battles, you know? And then they come in their first round of judging. It's just the worst shit in the world. 9-9. 10-10 even though Math screwed up. Crooked Eyes the only Joe Budden, I think I heard that verse before. No, you fucking didn't. You know what I mean? And then Crooked Eyes like 10-9, duh. You know what I mean? Like thank God. And even the whole shit with the Arsenal shit. Like even though Arsenal did use that verse before that he used in the Daylight battle was exactly what he did against Wave Seva. But nobody heard that shit before, right? Nobody calls that out. And then it comes down to Joe Budden, who has a beef with Arsenal and they have diss tracks against each other and shit. It's like, come on, man. You guys should have found a better way to judge this than you guys sitting there and being like, okay, let me tell you best battle rappers in the world what a good battle is. Because it's not like they're trying to judge them on how to write records and shit. You know what I mean? It's just not. But like that being said, I'm fucking complaining about something I'm super stoked on. I'm glad it's out in the world, you know what I mean? And hopefully they do more seasons of it and they develop it more to where everyone knows the tournament format and everybody knows, you know, a little bit more about the players involved along the way. I looked at the YouTube thing and I was kind of nervous at first. I realized that it's way more, they're targeting the future of YouTube and the whole Music Pass thing that they're launching. Basically nobody, you know, streaming music is the future, right? We don't even want to have the files on our phone anymore. We just want to pull them from somewhere. So YouTube's saying, hey, you know, here's the broad deal for the major record labels and here's a different deal for the independent artists, and it's not as good. So you got these big independent artists who like, you know, Radiohead and Adele or whatever, where they're like, you know, no, I don't want to sign that. And then they're like, fine, well, we'll pull your content off YouTube. I really think that the battles fall more under the realm of like the cute little kitty who you rub his belly and he goes like this, you know what I mean? Like I don't think the cute little kitty's going anywhere, right? Like he's gonna stay, you know? And there's gotta be millions, billions of dollars in ad revenue that comes from just the ads that run on those little videos, our battles, the podcast, you know, any of that content. I don't think that YouTube is gonna throw away billions of dollars for, you know, so because they want everybody to sign a specific contract for their music patch in the future. So I think that shit is definitely gonna affect like the larger level independent artists way before it affects us. And then at the end of the day, if they did want to do that shit and they did pull all the shit, most of us have our battles, you know, dumped out on other shit, you know what I mean? I've definitely like kept a little terabyte drive with all my battles in it or whatever, for no purpose than just because you can't trust the internet to be there forever. But that shit will go the way of MySpace, you know what I mean? People will be like, oh, YouTube's dead. Vivo, you know what I mean? Or Vimeo, like whatever, like they'll just be done with that. And I don't know, I'm not scared. We are forever. Like the battle shit is not going anywhere. Our battles aren't gonna go anywhere. And if they get dipped off of one channel and the views go away, we'll get more views. I think the Fresh Coast is its own thing. And I think Organic knows that too, you know what I mean? We came into King of the Dot as like a group, you know what I mean? And it's not like any of us are, we don't like wear jerseys or have, you know, fucking contracts with each other and shit. We just all been working with each other since way before grind time. Like I've known Lush since like the late 90s, you know what I mean? Doing shows and shit as young kids. So where the homies go, I go, you know what I mean? I don't know that at some point there'll be a split, but I know that the Fresh Coast is his own thing, you know, like we can throw our own events and not have any other King of the Dot people involved and still do numbers, you know. So I've always been stoked on King of the Dot and the way they ran their business, and they've always been really fair to us and as battlers, and you know, you appreciate that dealing with a lot of different leagues. So I'm happy to be with King of the Dot, but I don't know if it's going to be like forever Fresh Coast King of the Dot thing. And at some point it gets kind of weird because, you know, we get lumped in with the Canadians and they get lumped in with us. Like they got to deal with, you know, like, oh, you guys punch people. Like, no, we don't. Those motherfuckers punch people. You know what I mean? Like, you guys keep your milk in a bag. No, we don't. Canadians. No, I don't know. It's just, we're different for sure, you know?